Let's get ready for Monday Mortgage Minute with your hosts, Tom McNamara and Bruce Woodburn.
Still can't get over that introduction, man. That's
It's
just
good.
crazy.
Yep. So good morning, Bruce. Thanks for taking some time out on this Monday morning.
Exciting. Had a lot of great things happen last week that we've got to cover. And if you're listening to this, you should pay close attention because there's things that we're going to discuss that could be revolutionary in changing affordable housing. So let's get started right away.
Yeah, so we have three main topics, and we're going to talk about some classes. So we've got Senate Bill 102, which is what Bruce was just talking about, which is a Affordable Housing Act. Fantastic, good stuff, mostly all around. We're going to do a market update. We don't always do the market update, but I want to talk about the market and what's going on housing wise. And then Bruce, I'm going to talk to you about mortgage market and see what's happening there. And in between, we do have a couple of classes we're going to talk about. We have our credit repair class and our Leapfrog program, which is next week.
Yes, so, it is. This week.
Yeah.
No, this week.
This week. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's right. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, it is this week. All right. Well, so very good. Let's go ahead and get started. So Senate Bill 102, $711 million, right? Going right into affordable housing. So what do you think? What do you think about that whole program, Bruce?
Well, Ron DeSantis really stroked the pen on this. He doesn't take any time to wait around. He realizes that the state of Florida has got an affordable housing issue. I think we all realize that. And to be honest with you, if we don't take care of the lower income families, we're not going to be able to go to restaurants and go to attractions and go to all kinds of things that we all enjoy. And so we've got to take care of everybody. And affordable housing is definitely something that has literally disappeared on us. So he has stroked the pen on infusing some money into this. Now, some of it does go to rentals. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of rentals, but I understand that some people will have to rent. They just won't buy. But you and I believe that there's no such thing as a rich renter. So we always advocate home ownership. So let's talk about the positives on this. So $711 million, that's a ton of money, right? So $252,000 is going towards SHIP. Now, for those of you that don't understand SHIP are the programs that most of the municipalities utilize to give you your local down payment assistance programs.
Right.
And that could be for FHA, conventional, or VA loans. It doesn't matter the type of loan, but they will give you some down payment assistance through like City of Orlando, Orange County, Seminole, you name the county.
Sure.
And they are pumping some money into that, Tom.
Yeah, that's a lot of $250 million is a lot of money into that program. I'm not sure what they normally do on a normal year, but this is above and beyond whatever was already allocated.
Well, it's interesting because some of the problems that we have with, like you said, there's nothing perfect, right? But we try to make this affordable for people and easier for people for lower income to get. But if you don't have certain credit limits or your debt ratio is too high, or you have these student loans that are going to throw you off, it creates problems. Now, I'm hoping that some of these counties will adopt the same guidelines that City of Orlando just adapted. And that is that if the lender can get an approved eligible for an approval, they're going to eliminate credit score and debt ratio requirements. Now, that's usually what hurts people, even though they need the money. They can't qualify because they don't have the credit score or the debt ratio is too high. So this will help with that.
Good, very good.
Also, we got Hometown Heroes. Did you see he's going to infuse $100 million more into Hometown Heroes? Now, this is something that truly, Tom, excites me because we have to help our heroes. This would be veterans, and you don't have to be a first-time home buyer if you're a veteran. You can use this in combination with your VA loan. FHA, you're going to be able to get a loan and get down payment assistance up to 5% of the loan amount, maximized at $25,000. Veterans, first responders, police, nurses, healthcare workers. There's like 85 occupations that can qualify for this. And I'm going to tell you something. Some down payment assistance programs really come with a hook, Tom, but I'm going to tell you, this is phenomenal. You can even have a cosigner, and you can't generally have a cosigner on any DPA program. So
Right, right. Yeah,
really good stuff.
very, very, very good program for sure. And I'll tell you what, I am going to try my best to get with Florida Housing that runs that program and find out how much they've actually distributed
Oh,
and
I
how
can.
many
That
people
number's
they've impacted.
posted. I can give that number out. I don't have it up with this now, but that number is posted on a regular basis
Oh, awesome.
on the Florida Housing website. So I don't know if you have to have a login. We have a special login to
That's probably what it
register our
is.
clients, and we can tell what amount of money's left. But if we got another $100 million, and we were a little worried, you and I have even talked about that on other forums that we've done, that we were running out of money quickly.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Not only how much money is in there, but then how many people has it impacted? You know, I mean, it's great to talk about $100 million. I want to know how many lives are impacted, right?
You know,
And
that's a
so,
great point, and I can talk to our friends at Florida Housing, and we can come up with that on another
yeah, let's
on
make that.
another meeting.
Yeah, let's get that update next week. That'd
Yep,
be fantastic. So,
yep.
speaking of affordable housing, right? One of the biggest problems with helping people get into homes is their credit, right? You just talked about it. So,
Yep.
you're doing a credit repair class this Thursday.
I am Thursday the 6th at 11 a.m. You must go to my website, and I'm not putting the link on yet, but if you register, as soon as the link's available, I'll go ahead and log you in for that. This is available not only for real estate agents, but for the general consumer, because there's just so many myths about credit. And it's one of those things where it's like, hocus pocus as to why is my credit not the same. And we're going to address a lot of things. By the way, Tom, I'm having Anthony from National Credit Care is going to be co-hosting this training class with me. And this guy is a credit expert. He's been helping my clients for 15 years fix their credit, and it has helped more people become homeowners.
So really quick, because I don't want to spend too much time on this, but ballpark, when somebody goes into credit repair, how long does it typically take for them to get out?
That's a great question, because it depends on how bad their credit is, right?
Sure, sure.
Now, some people don't need to go into credit repair. We can just counsel them on what to do. Listen, at the end of the day, pay your bills on time and don't have too much credit, right?
Right,
If you
right.
do that, those are the basics we can do. Like, just keep your hand out of the cookie jar, pay your bills on time, and most of the time things will be good. However, there are things that people say, like, keep your revolving debt below 30%. Well, that's fine if you already have good credit, but if you're
Mhm.
trying to build credit, you might need to keep it at less than 1%. So these are things
Right.
that we're going to do. And then one of the other questions we get is, hey, I think it's going to hurt my credit if I have a mortgage company pull my credit. We're going to dispel the myths about that.
Awesome.
All
So great. So let's touch real quick on the market, right? So the last few weeks I've been watching the market. I've got a chart here that we can pop up. I've been watching the market. Now this is a subset of the market. This is just kind of like my area that I service, and it's specifically just single family homes. But if you'll notice, again, for the third week in a row, we've had more houses close. That's the sold number, 1125.
right.
We've had more houses go pending. That's the yellow number, the 1311. Than we've had go new listings, right? 3 weeks in a row, we've had the same thing, which tells me that over a little bit of time here, we're going to see less and less and less
We're
available.
running out of property, man. We're running out of listings.
Running out of property. That's exactly right. Now the other slight on the other side is the price decreases. A lot of price decreases. I think that's people that overpriced to begin with. They
Well,
came in,
I,
yeah, they came in
I
hot,
think
thinking the market's still what it was back in 2021. And they're learning the lesson the hard way that they're having to lower the
to
prices.
get real, right? I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
and
They're
you
they're
you you as a real estate agent, Tom, you're not the one that dictates what a house is worth. The
nope.
market dictates what the house is worth, right?
That's right.
So
That's
if
right.
you're not selling your home, it's probably too high, right? I mean, even a junky home will sell if it's priced right.
100% of your real estate sales problems can be fixed with price.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so, but okay, so I'm going to keep keeping an eye on that because I think that's important. But that is one of the reasons that house pricing has not crashed. It's not been a massive decline. There's been some adjustments. Some places are still up for over the last 3 to 6 months.
Well,
Most
at
places
our
are
local
flat or down
area,
a little bit.
well, Tom, our local area is up 6% right now, year
Year over
after year.
year, still up
Yeah.
6%. That's right. That's right. So, coming down from the summer's high, but I think we're going to start seeing it come back up just because there's no inventory.
Well, we have to. We have to. And that I'm going to encourage people that have been sitting on the fence. Now is a beautiful time to get out there and buy. You can negotiate, but when that inventory gets much lower, guess what sellers are going to start doing? You're going
They're
to
going
be
to
back
stop.
into bidding wars again. I mean,
Yeah,
it's inevitable. It's going to happen. And if you're waiting for interest rates to drop, what's going to happen then is you are waiting for everyone else to do the same thing.
that's right. That's right.
And then you're back into that bidding war again.
Speaking of that, Bruce, so another a leading indicator I think is mortgage applications, right?
Yes.
So we were talking about mortgage applications and they're up right now. Is that
Oh my
correct?
gosh. I'm going to tell you something. Our office has literally exploded with new applications. Now, we do have a bit of a dilemma with that. Not because we have too many applications, but because we have a lot of people that are pre-approved for their financing that are out, and there's just not enough inventory out there.
Right.
So they're working hard. So we've got a huge pipeline of clients that are ready to go out and buy. They're armed with their approval letter. They're ready to go. They just got to go out and find that house.
And yeah, and they're having a hard time finding it. So, because I think people generally over the last year and a half or so, we're only in the market for 2 or 3 weeks, and now they're staying in the market for 6, 8, and 10 weeks
Yeah.
trying to find that house, right?
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting what's going on there. So mortgage apps are way up, even though rates are crazy, right? Which they're not, but
They're not
no,
crazy. They're not crazy. Actually, you know what? We've seen a lot of the market settle since the last Fed hike. Um, and I think that we're probably going to be seeing a couple more Fed hikes. I know there's a lot of controversy over that. Some people say there's no way they're going to have to start pulling it back, but you can't. I mean, I can tell you something. Inflation is a real deal. It's
it
a real
is
deal. And there's only one tool in the Fed's toolbox to hedge against inflation, and that's raise interest rates.
right,
So
right.
I think that's going to happen. But there is something else, and we only have a second left. But just because the Fed raises Fed rates doesn't mean that interest rates on mortgages will go up. It's tied to the bond market. Now we
Correct.
only got a second, and I've got one more. We got our leapfrog class.
We
Uh,
do. That's
it's
the fourth, right?
it's on the 4th, at your office at 6:30, live and in person. If you want to become a real estate investor or you're looking to buy and build a portfolio of real estate, you don't want to miss this. Go to our website at webringyouhome.com.
Hey, Bruce, it's been a pleasure once again.
Always a
Thank you for
pleasure,
your
Tom,
time. Yep, and
and
we will
appreciate
see
you.
you next week.